You never look at your boss and say, okay, you know what? I'll come to work tomorrow. No, no, no. You know what? I'll come to work next week. I'll come to work in a month. No, you will show up there and commit to that every day. Why haven't you done that for your calling? When I was in school, I was one of the smart kids, and I was always annoyed by the kids who weren't as advanced as me, and my mother wouldn't let me, you know, go up a grade. A couple of grades they wanted to advance me. My mother said no. Um, and so the kids in class eventually figured out that, yeah, I knew the answers. I remember there were these two girls that were sitting by me one day, and the girl was like, try to ask me a question. And before I could even reply, her friend's like, did you read it first? Like, they know exactly what I was going to tell them. Did you read it first? And you know what's funny is like being that person who just kind of knows things, who like knows a little bit more than other people, it can be really annoying. This vibe I have where it's like, I know things that people don't. This is translated to the life that I have today, being an entrepreneur. You just kind of need to know even like, if you're even like 5 or 10 steps ahead of somebody on the path that can make a huge difference in their life, um, you have something that you could sell. You have something that people can benefit from. And I found a way to bring that to the world, and it has supported me for a long time. But I think everything in life that we experience is also like a micro version of the macro. And I think that my experience in that classroom as a kid is a similar experience that I have in life. And do I really believe that this is a quote unquote classroom? You guys know that I have struggled with that for a long time, because in what classroom do, when you graduate, your mind gets wiped of everything you learned, right? That's what reincarnation could possibly be. So, but I'm always open to new ideas that will explain all of this. And I watched this very short story from Damien Eccles on Instagram. I really like him and his information. He was someone as a teenager who was accused of this heinous murder. And he spent most of his developmental days, like over a decade, on death row. And this is where he started learning meditation. He started learning magic. And soon he found that he was having an effect on his environment, his state, the world around him. And eventually this guy got out of jail. And he shares a lot of great information on his Instagram. And he had one that said something like, we come here not to be like frustrated by this world, but to experience the true power that we have and to be forged in the fire, right? I can kind of accept that this has been fire, and I can kind of see the process throughout my life. Like, I think about myself 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I don't even recognize that person. I am, you know, of course, I still have some of the same things that come up from time to time, the same issues or the same people that pop into my life. But like, I have changed radically. You guys can see that here. You guys could go and look from 10, 12 years ago on my channel and see the way I talk, the way that I seem, the way that I hold myself, the energy. It's different. And like, I'm really proud of who I'm becoming. Oh my God, this house is so cute. Maybe I'll show it when I walk by. But I think like this classroom, we look around, and a lot of times we're like, oh, I'm so more advanced than these people. It's annoying. I'm stuck here. And you can dwell on the people who aren't as advanced as you in this life. Yeah, I'm going to show you this house quickly because it is so damn cute. I'm sorry. Hold on. Look at how cute. We got the Canada flag, we got the flowers, we got this twisting little colorful, I just love it. What the heck is that thing called? A windsock? I love colorful, whimsical things. My other neighbor had this like, what is it called? Like those pinwheel? You like stand it up on the ground and the wind can move it, and it was holographic in yellow, different colors of yellow, and like I was just so transfixed by it. I'm just like a little magpie. Oh, there's another one that's really cute. I'll show you this one too. So pretty. But anyway, like it's the same, right? Imagine if when I was in school, and by the way, anyway, so imagine if when I was in school, I didn't focus on my development. I just let myself get distracted and annoyed and frustrated. Look at that. So cute. Somebody get me one of those. Like I'm so tacky in my tastes, but I wear black all the time. I'll start wearing pink. I love wearing pink too, but I only have that one sheer top that I wear in some of my videos. And I think it sparkles too, and it would be way too attention getting to wear out in public. Um, but we can't just sit there and go, oh my God, these annoying people who aren't as advanced on their journey, who haven't done therapy, who don't care about personal development, who don't care about business, who focus on drama, who gossip, who believe the government, who believe the news media. They're driving me crazy. You can't sit there and focus on them. You can't let them bother you. You got to stay on your journey of advancing yourself. And it's difficult, but that is part of the test. And the funny thing is that you will meet people who are frustrated by you, who are more advanced on the journey than you, right? There's less of them as you get further along in life, right? But they exist. And so, yeah, like this is part of living back in a big city, that I'm experiencing this. And, I mostly meet a lot of really cool people in general, or people who are really authentic. I was just walking, this lady introduced herself to me here in the neighborhood. She's an environmental designer or something. She's like, what are you filming? And like, want to talk to me and stuff. I don't mind, right? Depends on a person's energy that they come at me with. Sometimes I'll ignore them, but no, I was kind of like, I was even going to ask her, do you want to be in a video? The more you focus on your own personal development, the more you grow, the more authentic you become. And that authenticity is magnetic. I have to, like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I have to admit, my energy is magnetic. On my small channel, I was bitching and moaning, complaining that, I'm walking down the street and the people always want to come talk to me, whatever else. I'm not usually filming or nothing. Like, I just usually look like a normal ass person in public. I'm like, I don't know why they just won't like leave me alone, right? But that's part of it. That is part of what happens when you are more and more authentic. You have more of this like light that shines through. And if you can focus that into something, that is the energy that starts to magnetize money, right? Money doesn't come to you because of hard work. There are some systems in place that channel it because you're giving your lifetime, your life force, your energy, and your attention to these things every single day, right? So, kind of like if you start carving a little channel beside a river, and you scrape away at it every day, yeah, the water's going to start trickling down through there. But when you become authentic, that's when the money starts getting magnetized to you. That's when you start seeing amounts that you're like, this feels weird that I should accept this. But you should. It's like, this is what would happen if you were able to shunt the river water, or even if you were able to start flowing on the river, right? Instead of trying to carve out a little channel with your fingernail in the sand, you jumped on that river, right? You'd be like, wow, this is a ton of water. It's going everywhere. It's a lot to handle, right? But you learn from the difficulties of staying on that river. You learn how to navigate it. And that's when you're in that flow of abundance in your life. For those of you who are ready to get started on your journey, you are sick of waiting, you've procrastinated for decades, grab my Stop Thinking Like an Employee workbook down below. Print it out, fill it in with your hands, take something from your mind for the first time and bring it physically into the 3D realm. Watch the magic that will happen. This is a key step that a lot of people miss. Next, sign up for the workshop if you want to have the energy to support you. Direct access to me, more of a workbook, a lot of direct instruction with me live for one weekend. You and a bunch of other like-minded souls from around the world. Let's support each other. Go and click down below to join that today. And that's this weekend. You want to take 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday, and really kind of have some fun. Go deep into figuring out your story, what you're here to do. Get straight on it. What's actually blocking you? We're going to get into the deeper aspects of that. Most people never put energy towards figuring these things out in their life. You never look at your boss and say, okay, you know what? I'll come to work tomorrow. No. You know what? I'll come to work next week. I'll come to work in a month. No, you've set up a system and a channel for you whereby you will show up there and commit to that every day. Why haven't you done that for your calling and your authenticity that will support you on that stream of abundance, that will support you on that personal growth and that authenticity? It's difficult. It's a high level of human life. It comes with great benefits and great challenges and risks, as you've all seen here on my channel, okay? So I am inviting you to step into that energy today, to look at it and examine your life. And let me know how I can support you. Leave me a comment below. What are you struggling with? What are you working on? I'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.
We got, look at what we got. Look at what we got. Tap that screen. Tap that